What's going on, YouTube? It's the Kryptonian. So today I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about my own theory on just a video I'd watched here recently. I want to give a shout out to Rachel Reenstra. She just posted this video here, and I was listening to her conversation with the Uber driver, and that got me to thinking a little bit more about a personal Mandela for me. One of the main Mandela effects that I suffer from is remembering that we were in the Sagittarius arm of the Milky Way galaxy. I know it says Orion Spur here, but if you actually look up, like you see here, a lot of YouTube videos have been made for some time now talking about it. And it got me to thinking a little bit more, in particular, about something I read recently. And it was in the reference to where this black hole's from. This one in particular black hole got my attention only because of the fact that, like a lot of people, myself included, that we originated from another part of the galaxy that we remember, the Sagittarius arm. And if you notice here, what sticks out the most to me was that the name of it, the Sagittarius A asterisk. So I started kind of digging around into this and looking into it more because I was really intrigued over the fact that that's what they call it. And as I dug into this, if you notice the date on this NASA website talking about it, right after 2012. Very interesting. So I gave you guys the article to look at here just so you can read a little bit of it. It's very long. I didn't want to get too much involved into it. But meanwhile, I was looking at this information, trying to figure out what happened. Maybe some way a black hole opened up. I don't know. Did we move? Maybe we're constantly moving. Who knows? But I just find it very odd that we recall the Sagittarius arm as being the part of the galaxy, and now it's literally got a black hole there, and a super massive one. And from what I was gathering with some of the information, it actually looks like they have a couple of them. Now, while I was thinking about this and just kind of seeing if I could put two and two together, an old article that I remember reading kind of came up, and I recall reading it about a certain company that gets mentioned quite a bit here on YouTube, and that company was Cern. And I recall them talking about having small, tiny black holes that they were going to try to experiment on, part of the whole Big Bang Theory. Maybe they did do this, and maybe it was going so far out of control that they couldn't stop it, and maybe we got sucked into another reality. I stumbled across some more articles that were showing people were concerned about the fact that they can do this. And on top of that, I stumbled across this as well, which was from a physicist disappears into a mini black hole. Now, I don't know how true it is. I didn't quite read the article, but I wanted to get your all's opinion on it. So, meanwhile, doing my research, I did also come across some of this. And as you see here, this is set up where they're talking about the fact that a black hole could be connected to a parallel universe. Stephen Hawking, I also did run across this article here as well, showing clearly that we, or at least he thought it might be another dimension. Not to mention, I stumbled across these articles here talking about science was just now recently confirming that proof of a parallel universe existed, and the proof is right here in these articles that there's a cold spot. So here's the picture of that. I don't know, guys. Personally, being a car guy like I should say I still am, I just don't have a car. The big one for me was Ford. And I clearly remember that it was another way. And as you see here, when I stumbled across this photo, that blew my mind too. But what I also find funny was that it wasn't just Ford. As you see here, here's Volkswagen. I clearly remember it without lying in it at all. But it's just really odd. It's really funny to me that all this is taking place. And obviously we don't know. I don't know. I'm no one special. I'm only going off of what I think. This is what I might think happens. So my theory is that I believe that Cern did create a teeny black hole. It got out of control and it sucked us in. And we're here now in a parallel universe. That's why I at least am starting to believe that the Mandela effect is caused by that we do see it. Maybe it's still expanding and sucking things in. The main thing that really sticks out the most to me is that this has kind of always been in our face. Especially being in the comic books like I am. It's been referenced a lot. And then, not just comics, it was also referenced quite a bit in movies. I love this movie, The One. It was just that it was messed up that he was killing his alternate versions of himself. And then not to mention that there was big news about this movie, The Cloverfield Paradox. And what's that about? An alternate dimension. Maybe that's what happened, guys. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out like everybody else. And based upon that video, and there were some things that were said in that video, it reminded me of all this. And of the fact that science is now trying to, I guess, explain it away. I just want to personally thank each and every one of you guys who tried to tune in on Sunday. I apologize for that. Working out some issues and some bugs still. But hopefully I'll get it figured out soon so that we can do some more live streams. I definitely want to get some input on what you guys think of this theory of mine. And I thank you all for subscribing. I thank you all for the love and support you all have given me. I especially want to do a shout out to Michelle's opinions for the live stream. She definitely helped me out tremendously. I was sitting here and thinking about what I wanted to talk about next, and of course when this subject kind of started to come together, it just really made me want to think. But I thank you all again for your love and support and being so kind to me in the chat rooms. And I look forward to talking to each and every one of you guys soon. And hope everyone is having a blessed evening. And remember, guys, love yourselves, love each other, love the world. Because if we don't love each other, where are we going to end up? What's going to happen? And I don't want to think about that. I just want to turn around and say cheers to everyone, and I hope you all having a wonderful evening. Love you guys. Bye.